Good afternoon, or evening rather. Welcome to a game for the 4PL Cup number 14. We have got ourselves a game between iCCup and USB, or United Sexy Boys. And this is a round number 2 match, I think. Brackets will be in the chat later on, as I just have to post this one. There we go, now fully ready. Let's see which one of these two teams is going to continue on to the finals. Of course, the finals are best out of 3. These are all best out of 1. And from the finals, you will be getting 400 euros. Winner takes it all. So let's see what these two teams going to use to play this match. Well, they're not going to use a Bad Rider, no Bounty Hunter, no Undying, and no Jakiro either, which will mean that the Darkseer made it through. So that will be the first big pick of USB. Keeper of Light and Chaos Knight is going to be the first two for iCCup. And for the people asking, iCCup is indeed the new team for PGG, as I do think I know which one of them is PGG. They have all got different names, so I hope that I will make no mistake on knowing who is there. But we'll check in a moment when I introduce other players, see if I can still remember or if I still just quickly have to sneak peek on their Steam profiles. A lot of them are former Devil Mice players. In case you are indeed a Dota follower, you might know who those are, because they have been making some appearances here and there over the last year. For me at least, I've not been Dota that long, but I do think they have been around for a very long time already. We have got the Wisp and Templar Assassin picked up by USB, so aggression is going to be the keyword for this game, as Leshrac is going to be picked up here as well, which will mean that we either see a trial lane with the 3 of those together, or maybe Keeper of Light's going to be having a solo lane, or maybe 2 dual lanes. Could be. We'll soon find out. However, it's first going to be some bans going off, and it is going to be. Wait, I already changed my mic. Well, don't say stuff like that before the match even started. That's annoying, because I read that and it makes me panicking and stuff that my microphone is not working properly. Anyway, bans. So there is a Wisp and USB. That will mean that iCCup does not want to be seeing Wisp Tiny. They don't want to see. We want to see Wisp Juggernaut. And we have got from USB ban out on the Tidehunter, the Queen of Pain, and the Broodmother, as said earlier. One last ban incoming for iCCup on the dire side for this game. Go on, ban. They still have a lot of time left, though. Both of these teams have not yet stepped into their bonus time yet, so there is plenty of free time for these teams to think about what they still want to ban, or what they want to draft, or if they want to talk about how they're going to be doing their lanes. Because for both teams, there is still some possibilities. I mean, Darkseer and Templar Assassins basically saying, you know what, we got our mid solo lane complete. Like Darkseer long lane solo, Templar Assassin mid, and then we have a Nyx Assassin being banned out. Of course, that being slightly a counter to Keeper of the Light. Nice ban. But yeah, that's it. The Wisp, of course, something that has to be combined up with something. It's gonna be a Sand King for 1. Of course, it's a nice combination if you have got the. Apparently, I have to turn my in-game sounds on because this is a game that is public for people. Let's turn it on. Had it off before, so if you're listening to me in game, then welcome. But yeah, Wisp Sand King is a nice combination. If you have a Tether on and Sand King Burrow strikes in, then your Tether stun is gonna hit, regardless if Sand King plays his Burrow correctly. So that's very nice there, as it's the start of a good trial lane coming off. Venomaz will be the pick-off here for iCCup. Of course, a kind of a counter towards the Templar Assassin. I mean, they need to have something against that. Might be seeing that one going to the mid lane by himself, with then a trial lane so far for the other 3 that are left over, with 1 solo long lane left incoming, and a Necrolite. Wow, I was not expecting that one, but this just started to get interesting. We have seen Necrolite a few times, not really all that often. If he is the one to farm on the lane, he can get so tanky. And basically, the strength of a Necrolite is that he just can't die, and you have to focus him first, because if he doesn't die, nobody else is dying, because he can just spam out his heal constantly. So I do like this pickup, and I'm gonna see how they're gonna be laning this, because Necrolite, I'm not sure how they will fit that in, and if Sand King Wisp maybe, well, might be a trial lane with the Necrolite there as well, and just a Necrolite farming. We'll find out though. Last pickup incoming for iCCup. Which one is it? Which one is it? I think it's still going to be a long lane solo, depending on what Keeper of the Light is going to do. If Keeper of the Light is going to be a long lane solo, then they could also use a jungle hero like an Enigma or something like that, and we might see some PG black holes, who knows. But there are a lot of options here. Basically, they don't need anything else, as in they can just pick something that completes their lineup. It is gonna be a lone druid, however, and that kind of says, okay, that's gonna be a solo lane, might even be easy solo lane with a tri lane aggressively on the bottom lane for the Dire team. Interesting picks for sure, as we're gonna see who's gonna be playing what. And as I said, I might need to sneak peek some players on the side of iCCup, because they all are using different names, and it's quite confusing. Quite confusing indeed. Oh well, come on, pick up your last hero and then we can jump ourselves into the game where the United Sexy Boys only missed the Sand King left to be picked up so that we can jump ourselves in there. Go on, Captain. It's only the Captain that's left to be picked up something.
5 seconds remaining.
For the people tuning in, I am casting multiple games today. From 2 different cups, so they're like nice and confusing. This is a match for the 4PL Cup number 14. I'll also be casting DreamHack online qualifiers matches, so you know they're both there. But let's see who's playing what for USB first. The United Sexy Boys. It's gonna be the Necrolite, who is gonna be. Why did I have to start with this guy? It's gonna be Diushame Telkin, who is going to be playing the Necrolite. We have got Turbo playing the Templar Assassin, with Stas playing the Darkseer, Nikita playing the Sand King, and that will leave only one hero left. Is that it's all the way to the back, and it is the Wisp being played by Gina. And we jump ourselves over to iCCup. This is the new team of PGG, of course, as you might know. They have a lot of players from formerly Devil Mice in here. We just Zick, that's actually his nick, so that is Lashrak. This guy here, Dumb Amo Vivo, is actually Jackal, who you of course all know from playing in Empire before, International and stuff. But now for the rest I kinda have to sneak peek. I think Megan Fox is actually PGG, I was not able to check his name. J4 is actually gonna be J4, he was formerly known as Devil Mice J4, and we have the Keeper of the Light, who is, that's the only one I have to still check, I think. See, I have checked them all, but Keeper of the Light is gonna be, that's actually his nick? Also from Devil Mice. Okay, well then it's FNGGSHKA. It's confusing now, isn't it? And for the people wondering then if this is truly PGG, I would like to believe that it is Megan Fox, stand-in Megan Fox. PGG. Also the last one who was to join the lobby, and it was said that we were waiting for PGG, so Megan Fox is PGG. Never thought I'd say that, but yeah. So we have got a pause, and the pause comes out from the Radiant team, so that's why the Dire team asks the question mark. And there is someone who is having a phone conversation at the moment, so he's pausing because he rather wants to finish his phone conversation. So Lone Druid Jackal being here by himself, he's actually sensed the bear bottom so far. I mean, he should not be in any trouble, and he can just summon a bear back later on, but he might be trying to help out this lane by either pulling the creep wave away or we don't know, just helping out, maybe scouting ahead. Of course, that is also very useful if you're thinking you might be getting a first blood here, or if you're thinking you're gonna get first blooded, then you can just use the bear to scout, even though he is gonna be finding some people. Finds the Necrolite here actually, and here comes the rest as well. This is a Chaos Bolt ready to be hitting. The other stun hits on the bear, and there's the Chaos Bolt, lands 1 second only. Gonna hit on the on the TA of all people, of course, not taking any damage from that Sand King, trying to cut them off, trying to get it in place for a Burrow Strike, maybe a Megan Fox. There's a tether as well. There will be a burst strike. No, Leshrac stun. Nice one. Kill hits as well. And they cannot chase this anymore. This start of the game. Not profitable for anybody right now. Just buying time, costing mana for some even.
The battle begins.
And for the people wondering what game I'm gonna try to cast after this one, I'm gonna try to cast a match for DreamHack after this one again, and hopefully it will be next KZ versus Gamers League. That should be a really good match upcoming, if that's actually gonna be the games that's gonna be played, because those two teams are still playing now with two other teams, so they still have to win their matches in order to get that matchup going. But I hope that's gonna be the matchup, because that would be a nice matchup to watch for sure. So, Necrolite, indeed, bottom lane, he's gonna be on the tri-lane like expected. Wisp and Sand King helping out there, versus a dual lane here, which looks to be incoming for a tri-lane, because Keeper of Light moving his way back, and it will be a very aggressive tri-lane. Now, the thing about a tri-lane is, if you are putting it aggressively, you won't be able to get any creeps kills from this or something, like no jungle creeps like you are getting for the supports for like this. Or maybe you can still try to get them. But you kind of need to get your advantage from getting kills rather than anything else. And that is going to be something that we have to pay attention to, because if they are not going to be aggressive, then this is a lost tri-lane, even though Chaos Knight might still be getting farm and stuff. But we'll have to just check that out and see. As Templar Assassin is indeed versus PGG on his Venomancer, who's already only got 2 tangos left, with the Templar Assassin still have 1 tango and 1 salve as well. Harassment going on from either side. Of course, the refraction pops very fast, with the Venomancer already specking up his Poison Sting, making sure that he has that poison ticket to pop that refraction off super fast. Courier in some trouble maybe. No blink or anything on the TA, and he doesn't really want to dive that. Of course, that's something that you have to worry about more when you're versus the Queen of Pain or something, but versus the TA, that's all perfectly fine. Last hit wise, we have 6 last hits on this Venomancer, with the TA being on 5 for 2, so still fairly even there, as we have got the Lone Druid waiting at the tower for the creeps to come. Darkseer is in the meantime tower skipping the creeps, and just stands there with his shield, with his tangos, just tanking out every single creep wave, which is also why we see him being furthest ahead on the last hits, because he's really literally not missing anything on that top lane so far. Might have some aggression going with an invisibility rune from Leshrac. Let's see where he's going to be going. He's going to find the Sand King in the jungle, actually. Might be getting some support there as well. Here comes the Chaos Knight indeed. And there is a Leshrac stun, or is it? Is it? No. Oh, nice one. Sand King is going to be fine. Leshrac not anticipating where the Sand King was going to be walking. So that is going to be just that there. No kill just yet for the side of the Dire. And they, like I said, they need to have something. Because Wisp and Sand King both are level 2. Level 2 also on these two supports, but also level 2 on the Chaos Knight, while I think that he should be level 3. Necrolite's level 3, so that's the massive difference that you have there. Experience will be going the way of USB on the bottom lane if you don't get any kills going. In the meantime, of course, PGG experience-wise doing okay, doing about the same as the Templar Assassin, actually slightly ahead, because TA was checking for a rune. But the rune was, or seemed to be checking like for a rune. Ooh, melt damage going off. PGG throwing some harassment back. Actually missed the gale that he just thrown out. And that might be hurting him a bit too much. He still has a bottle charge there. Eats it up, drinks it up rather. Still has 1 tango left now. And let's see how he's going to be doing. I think if normally, versus the Templar Assassin, it has been called a counter Venomancer, but in reality it is making the lane even in theory. I mean, you can kill off the TA, but well, you could do it with any other hero as well. The real counter would be the Bedrider, but this is, I mean, TA is still getting farm. That's what you have to try to get to stop, but he's still getting farm there, as we have the Chaos Knight taking some harassment here from this Necrolite. Looking for a way in, perhaps. Leshrac, though, not close, waiting for a 4-minute rune. Let's see if he's gonna get lucky. You are getting lucky, and he picks it up, and he is going towards the middle lane. This might be turning into a kill. We have Venomancer already trying to juke it around. Gonna throw out some more hits. Needs a couple more hits from Turbo, though, and there's the Leshrac, and the stun hits, and 1 more hit needed, and that is the first blood for We Just Dig. Well, Venomancer gets picked off still by the creeps that were hanging around there, and that is 1 for 1. With the TA actually getting the last hit on that, or last hit credit, I should say, on the Venomancer there. But yeah, that is quite sad for the Venomancer to still die, but at least he got the kill. We'll be able to TP back here Actually, he is not able to TP back there because he doesn't have enough gold to buy a TP, which is kind of sad. Now it is Templar Assassin that's going to get some free last hits here without the Venomancer being here, so actually getting ahead slightly on the levels on the farm. And the Shrek rotates back towards that middle lane, and they're gonna try to get a kill here, perhaps with Wisp level 2, Necrolite level 3, now the Chaos Knight also level 3, and they were apparently able to force them back a while because Chaos Knight managed to pick up some of the levels, and that's of course also because Shrek moved away. And he is moving towards the top lane, and they're gonna try to get the Darkseer here as they roam around. Chaos Knight actually joining. Bear gonna try to lure him in, and here he is. Where's the surge? Is it gonna be in time? There's a surge, but an entangle. 3 seconds stun. Leshrac stun. Clear kill. Darkseer going down. Nice gank set up. TP's being used for that, and that is just brilliant. And nice luring here from Jackal, making sure that the Darkseer was moving that way, thinking he had his chance of killing that lone druid, but instead getting picked off, and of course that entangle, getting lucky, even though the stun would have still hit, it was still a nice addition to that successful gank on the top lane. Now though, Chaos Knight is missing some farm on this bottom lane, as the lane is going to be pushed in, so there will be some free farm from this Keeper of Light. Actually really nice to have, because you kind of want those levels up on the Keeper of Light as well. So good job for doing that, and he gets some solo experience, and definitely that's worth something as well, even though of course it's a shame that Chaos Knight is not getting it, but you know, he'll live. He just got an assist, and a shame for him also he didn't get the last hit in that kill, but you know, he'll live indeed. It's a small price to pay. Venomancer level 5, TA is gonna get helped here by the Sand King, who's hanging around here as well as a Darkseer, who's actually in the jungle right now. Level 7 upon this Darkseer already, so doing great on the levels. And also not doing that bad on last hits, as we already saw. I mean, he was just killing off every creep wave. Ooh, there goes a burst strike as well as the slow. Leshrac stun, gonna hit in the TA only. It will be PG trying to get away from that one. Damage is still there. The lightning actually picks up the Sand King, and now Leshrac trying to force back the TA as Venomancer manages to stay alive. Still has 1 bottle charge left, but they are not gonna get the Templar Assassin anymore, and they did manage to pick up the Sand King. Nice kill there, and that is a level 3 lightning storm for you. That's a lot of burst damage going through a Sand King that is only level 3, and that is a massive difference in levels, and that's what I was actually, that's not what I was saying earlier on. Sand King actually not being getting that much levels on the bottom lane, being harassed away all the time, and Leshrac of course being present for 3 kills, and actually managed to pick up the last hits of all 3 so far, both top and middle. All the kills have been going in his pocket, so a nice job for that Leshrac there, as he's starting to get pretty farmed for his support. Leshrac picked up the mana boots, even that, combining that with the Keeper of the Light Illuminate, even more spam able to go off. Reality ripped in, there's the Tether stun. And the Shrek stun will not hit because he didn't walk back. Lightning still going through though, taking a lot of damage. Will not be able to heal not again for another 4 seconds. Doesn't even have mana to do it. Illuminate still goes through and picks him up on the backside. But now the Shrek in some trouble, will go down to the Sand King. Sand King himself as well as the Wisp in some trouble as well, but they will be fine. They have that extra movement speed from the Tether, and they will be able to back off there. But the Necrolite still dying. It's quite a big blow in the face of USB. Getting the Shrek in return is a nice addition, but not enough. TP back in here from the Necrolite, who wants to of course continue his farming. He was farming pretty nicely. He's got 30 for 14, and if we look at the last hits in total, it is the top 4. There's 3 lanes going the way of USB as they're getting a Reality Rift in. Nice heal again. Burst Strike hits on the Leshrac. Spirits hits it well. 3 seconds on them on the Sand King. Leshrac not following it up, and that should be a kill, or is it? No, it's not. It is a kill on the Keeper of the Light, however. Nova Edict. Sand King still going down to the Leshrac, and now Chaos Knight. 3 seconds down on the Necrolite. 8 HP. He's gonna be getting away. Will the Wisp be so lucky as well? I don't think so. Lightning doing massive damage, and last hit actually went to the Leshrac, and that was all helped out by PGG on his Venomancer, who came from the mid lane with a haste rune. He's been assisting in 4 out of the 7 kills so far, only died once. 800 gold up on him, and he is gonna be sticking here maybe, as the mid lane has been taken over by the Keeper of the Light. Same thing as they did earlier on the Leshrac. As soon as his mid lane is being left alone, a support goes here to try to pick up that experience, to make sure that no experience on that lane is lost. And 3 to 7 now on the kills in favor of iCCup, as they are doing quite good in this match indeed. Even though, as I said earlier already, if you look at the last hits only, The top 4 has 3 lanes of it from the Radiant team. Bottom lane for the Necrolite, mid lane for the TA, and top lane for the Darkseer, all high up on there, on those last hits. But the kills are actually quite painful, and of course, this free farming lone druid can be doing a lot of damage later on. So curious to see what he's going to be building here. If it's going to be a Radiance, as we most of the time see lone druids do, or if it's rather going to be something like a Maelstrom, which is kind of what I'm hoping for, because that would mean that he would be a bit more aggressive earlier on. But we will find out soon enough, hopefully, as he is getting that farm up, and we'll have an item fairly soon if he continues to do that. We take a quick look at the gold graph. It's in favor of the Dire team. No real surprise. 1500 gold only, though. That's not that much. It is only 4 kills difference, as Leshrac finds himself a Necrolite. Thought about landing a stun, but changing his mind. Not with all those illusions around. And he's not gonna risk that. And is actually gonna go back to the bottom lane and helping out his Chaos Knight, who's now level 5. Level 8 on the Leshrac versus level 5 on the Chaos Knight. That is because the Leshrac been roaming around successfully so often. Very nice, nicely done. This Necrolite is actually level 6, so Chaos Knight has to be careful there next time he's very low. Goes for everybody, by the way, just for his ultimate. Nice execution on the Necrolite, of course. As Lightning still doing some damage. Tether actually goes off, looking for a burst, like misses! 4 seconds stun, Leshrac stun as well. Is it gonna be enough though? And that is not enough. Necrolite picking up the kill, and then Necrolite still going down to the Leshrac. Keeper of the Light picked up the Sand King in the meantime, and the Wisp going down as well. But here comes the TA, melt damage up on the Leshrac. One more hit needed. Nova, Edict, and it is the TA that goes down first, and Leshrac will be away safely. And Keeper of the Light, the only one standing on the bottom lane, or at least staying on the bottom lane, because of course, the Leshrac stood still as well, even though he is on his way back. With the Chaos Knight even the only one to die with a Necrolite ulti, but getting 3 people in return for that, definitely not bad. Even though if you can call it good, that's another question. The Necrolite going back to the bottom lane instantly. As in the meantime, middle tower is going to be getting harassed. I mean, as soon as you leave the lane, there's going to be Venomancer Wars level 4 pushing down your tier 1 tower. And on the top lane, Darkseer is actually back in action, level 9 right now versus a level 10 lone druid. 2100 gold up on that lone druid, and Darkseer is just going to continue farming here. And at least make sure his tower is not falling. But I think this Chaos Knight and this Leshrac are thinking differently about that one. They're roaming towards the top lane and wanting to wait until he shows his face on the lane and then go in on him again and perma-stun him to death. Hopefully for Lone Druid with another lucky entangle, but that will remain to be seen. And they actually back off, knowing that the Darkseer is going to be too careful. They smoke up, and they're going to find a TA. Dust being popped. There is the stun. Leshrac stun following up. Right clicks to go. Nova, Edict, the Reality Rift back in. And that is going to be a kill for Leshrac again, who is now 8 for 1 for 4. This Leshrac has been in all 12 kills that have been done so far. No wonder he is as high as a lone druid who's solo farming. And this is quite impressive play from Justic, making sure he's all over the map the entire time. And for the people just joining, this is a 4PL Cup between USB, or otherwise known as United Sexy Boys, because that's what it stands for, versus iCCup, the new team of PGG, which consists mostly of Devil Mice players. Amongst other familiar names formerly known, well, Jackal, which you of course should be knowing the name, and it is actually PGG that is playing this Venomancer, now known as Megan Fox, on this in this game, as we now have the rotation towards this Darkseer. I think he already spotted them out though it's daytime, and I think the creep saw him, and he will indeed be getting some support, because the TP came in from the Wisp, and more support incoming as well from the Sand King and the TA, and that is the rest backing off, still getting slowed by the trap. They might try to get him still. There's a Burst Strike and an Epicenter if they want to go for it, but I don't think they will. And PGG also backing out, actually trying to land a Gale, misses it however. Is there still going to be more? Tower is already gone. There's a stun. 3 seconds. Courier doesn't care about this fight going on, just flies in, flies back out. Venomancer picking up the Sand King. Wants to go for more though. Melt damage hitting on PGG, as well as the Spears from the Wisp doing a lot of damage there, and it looks like they're going to be backing off, even though Chaos Knight has got everything up again. But it's just too risky with 3 people here. The Wisp the TA and the Darkseer, 3 heroes that can just turn fights around very fast, and you don't really want to be going in unless you're absolutely certain that you're going to be getting that kill. Mana leak up on this Necrolite, who apparently is not going to run, even though I guess Keeper of Light was hoping for that to happen. He should be running though, because here comes the Chaos Knight. Reality Rift in, there comes the stun as well, 3 seconds, TP incoming from the Sand King. Illuminate going through, there's a TA as well, landing a trap, slowing down these people. Gil hits on the TA though. Are they gonna go in aggressive? Wisp tethering on the Templar Assassin, getting that extra movement speed. Already breaks the tether, however. Sticking around, 4 versus 4. There is the TA landing a trap, still getting stunned. Is there a dust? No, this time not. With the Venomancer being activating his invisibility rune, and Templar Assassin still going down by that nuke from the Templar, from the Keeper of the Light. Illuminate doing the works there, and this might be the end of the tier 1 tower on this bottom lane, as the tier 1 tower on the top lane already went down to the Lone Druid, and now only... Ooh, there was someone there. Burrow striking out of there. Sand King sticking around, and now no longer sticking around. No surprise. Doesn't want to be here 4 versus 1 because the rest is already left. It is the Sand King that backs off. Necrolite gonna farm elsewhere, and of course Darkseer wanted to stop the Lone Druid from continuing his push on the tier 2. Lone Druid, who has picked up the relics, is going for a Radiance, and has a fairly fast Radiance at that as well. I mean, he only needs the recipe, and would be probably about minute 17 that he has that, so... nicely done there, as he's going to continue farming in the mid lane since that's free anyway. And it looks like this pushing team is no longer continuing on the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, rather trying to look for some kills, trying to look for a fight. It's 14-4. Kills are in favor of iCCup, and they can continue to keep this favor if they can continue to keep the pressure, I feel. Like, at the moment they leave the TA to farm a bit more, then is the moment they start losing ground. There's a dust again, Burrow strike away, stun still hits those 2 seconds. And the heal is not enough. Vacuum back in though, but Leshrac, of course, still picking up the last hit with that Nova. Again, Courier flying into the fight because he doesn't care. Are they going to be finding some targets? Bear actually going to be dropping here, and there's not going to be another entangle there. Illuminate going through. But iCCup still being safe, and Bear being resummoned. And they back off once more. Kill Richer. Sand King at that. Sand King, who's not been able to make a noticeable impression on the game so far. I mean, have we seen an epicenter yet? I don't think so. I don't think so. And we have seen some burrow strikes. We have seen him trying to get those stellar stuns up on there with the burrow strike as well. But other than that, it's just not possible for him. And the amount of dust coming off from the dire side to counter that Sand King, to counter that TA is of course quite insane. They managed to keep that up the entire time. Leshrac being the one to do that. Leshrac, who has been in 15 out of the 15 kills so far, and is building towards the BKB, level 11 up on him. As we look at the net worth, we see that the Dire team is of course in favor there. That's also because of the 3 towers they have killed off, and no towers down yet on their own side. With the Darkseer being second highest up on there, we might have someone going on here. Gil hits on the TA, here they go again. Can they find an opening? That is the question. Sentry Ward on the backside already up for the Dire as we... I heard an epicenter. Leshrac's not actually hitting on 2 here. Lightning going through. Mechanism being popped. That's up on the Wisp. Is it going to be enough though? Illuminate going through as well. Wisp will be TPing back there shortly, and oh! Got away on solo life, but able to stay alive for now as a TP out from the Darkseer, unless there's going to be an entangle or Leshrac's done to finish him off. That's okay too. 2 kills, and Wisp actually still died here. Where did he die to? We didn't see the message. Probably to the Venomancer Gales. See, now indeed has got a last hit on a kill, and that is of course the problem with the Wisp. He dropped to about 1 HP with Leshrac Lightning going through at the end of that TP and that relocate. But still no extra kills on the side of USB, and the pressure continues for the Dire team as they are still building towards that. Radiance, I actually think it's complete. It should be complete. Yep, there it is. Radiance complete. We have Necrolite not able to pull his weight just yet either. It just needs to be a bit more farm to be that tanky hero that he wants to be. As the tier 2 tower drops on the bottom lane. And let's take a look at some more of the items, because we already saw the mechanism on the Wisp, but there's also a mechanism on the Venomancer. We saw the Radiance already. Cloak up on the Lone Druid to be able to stay alive a bit more for the magical damage that's coming off from USB. We have the Leshrac, of course. We already saw him. Almost got his BKB completed. Keeper of the Light has got himself a Medallion of Courage. Might be going for... oh, actually, they just went for Rosha. What am I saying? But that's because they went for Roshan and they needed a Medallion of Courage. And Chaos Knight, of course, also building towards his BKB and actually not doing as well as, for example, the Shrek is doing. And the Shrek actually being almost 2k higher than the Chaos Knight on net worth. In the meantime, top lane, action going on. Lone Druid managed to pick up the Sand King, which doesn't seem to be an accomplishment anymore. And Sand King, actually, previous game, I did hear it, I did not see it though. It probably did not have that big of an impact on the fight with the Sand King Epicenter being casted during that fight. 4 heroes now on the bottom lane. The only one missing is, of course, the Sand King that just got picked up. Let's see if they can do something here, as we have got a gale going off on the Necrolite. Vacuum in there, does being popped. Shrek's on though, gonna hit. Look, well, lightning going through. Necrolite actually picking up the Chaos Knight with his ultimate burrow strike through. This might be a turnaround. Shrek getting picked up by the TA. Lone Druid is still killing off the Darkseer as Aegis gets used. Illuminate going through. We have the Venomancer trying to get away from that one. Still takes some damage though, should be fine. As we have got Lone Druid back up again. Gonna try to get an entangle on this Wisp. Doesn't need it. Lone Druid's Radiance Aura actually got the last hit. And they're gonna try to kill off this Necrolite. Burrow strike through though. Bear getting stopped. Lone Druid, is he gonna dive this base? Looks like he is. Leaving the Bear to try to get an entangle. One more hit needed. Bear extra speed, and that's a need to kill. Lone Druid picking it up. Triple kill for Jackal. And he finds himself a Templar Assassin. And then the Bear just died. Is he gonna be able to get back here? I'm not sure. Still getting slowed. Looks to be okay though. Even though Templar Assassin's still chasing. Doesn't have a blink, but does have phase boots. And only healing boots, only tranquil boots on the Lone Druid. Wisp actually thinking about TPing in. TP's in indeed. Gets himself the Darkseer there as well. Vacuum back into the Iron Shell as my game just froze. Wow, that went smooth though, didn't it? That went smooth. I'm back though. I'm just gonna type that there will be lag spike in 2 minutes. There we go. But yeah, Lone Druid still went down there. Of course, nice TP in from the Wisp as well, but it's still 8-21. Goldgraph still heavily in favor of iCCup as the fight continues. Vacuum back in. There is a 3-second stun of the Darkseer who's gonna try to do something still. Iron Shell actually doing tons of damage here. Horse is going through as well, as my game just continues to be annoying here with the FPS being slowed down. And I'm gonna see if I can fix that after this fight, after we see Shrek dropping there. We see Keep of Light taking a lot of damage, melt damage going through, and actually gets picked up as well. USB taking it back, making sure they're making some big plays, getting kills in return, only losing the Darkseer, getting 4 in return. And this is gonna be me checking if there's anything I can do to stop this from happening, because this is being quite annoying. But I should be able to slow it down, I just don't know how yet. Closing that one. Closing that one. I should be fine. Should be fine. We'll find out though. Next team fight. So far, so good again. But hopefully it won't happen again. Apologize anyway for that. I still have the spikes. That's really annoying. But yeah, Goldgraph in favor, and now taking back again. And this is a very dangerous state of the game, because if Necrolite gets his items up, he will be so tanky he won't be able to die anymore, and still getting those lags. I will try to see if I see. This is also lag. This is a lag on my computer, nothing else. Gotta find the task manager, where I see that my CPU is working overtime for some strange reason. This is not good. Closing down some stuff that might help doing it as we see a standoff here. Hopefully not missing too much action. Just having to check out some stuff and try to help out. Illuminate going through. Nothing else. This is a 5 versus 5 standoff, by the way. And they gotta chase it. They have a ward here. They see stuff that's happening. That's why they have a ward. Stutter is there. Necrolite is able to stay. Yeah, this is not gonna work. Look at that bar full. Something is not right with my computer right now. That's not good. Ah, Regulus rips in. I don't want to miss that. I don't want to ask the teams to pause either, because that's just unprofessional. Gale going through, or Illuminate rather. Still nobody dying though, 22 to 21. And you see that the iCCup is actually quite hesitant to go in again, because they just lost that fight. That's the mind game that you can also play, of course. Well, only one thing left to close on that one. I'm gonna close the chat also. That's all my internet gone. Or internet thingy's gone. Gonna close that one also. Yes. See if that works. Right? Yeah, cool. Shrek BKB completed. We have the mechanism up on the Venomancer. He's also building towards the pipe. So stepped off from the mid game. After doing the mid solo lane, he of course went back to being the a bit more supporty hero there. And of course, now that they're not fighting, it's all fine. But I'm still gonna be fixing it. Oh, Illuminate going through, because it's not over just yet, as you can see. So sorry for the intermezzo. That is actually quite unprofessional and quite annoying. But then again, it's my own computer, and it is well, it's the way it is. Double damage rune up on PGG. I'm actually gonna follow PGG for a bit. There we go. See if this worked. Should have worked. Yeah. Looks like this actually worked. Wow. Quite surprised with that. So now we can finally get back into the game as we see the bear going down, but the owner's still alive for now. Burrow Strike onto the vacuum in also. Nice! Darkseer ultimate as Lone Druid. Still alive for now, and actually gonna be staying alive because Shrek comes in with his BKB on Nova. Edict on picks up the Darkseer, or sorry, picks up the Sand King, picks up the Necrolite. Trap still hits. This is gonna be able to be enough to kill the Venomancer. Melt damage going through. Spear is picking up the Lone Druid, who was still hanging around there. Illuminate though going through as well, with the TA going down to the Venomancer. Last hit, and the Wisp on a lot of trouble, and there's the last hit. Venomancer getting it again. Double kill for Mega Fox, and that was a team wipe on the side of the Radiant side. And this is all my my FPS back. So thank you for sticking with me if you did that. I think it was one weird update from Chrome or something, or I don't know. When I closed all the internet applications. Well, actually, when I closed IRC, it went back up again. That's good. Though now I'm no longer in IRC, so that's quite annoying because that's where I got the password for the matches. But hey, I'll deal with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's see. We have got Necrolite finished off as Aghanim Scepter. We've got the Sand King picking up the magic one, the boots, and yeah. Okay, support roll died 7 times now. We have the Wisp, level 6 of course, would be level 11 even, because we have seen him teleport a bit already. He's not got that many items, but also playing a support role, as well as, oh, that was actually all the support roles. Darkseer finished off the mechanism, 1500 gold up on him. Wow, I really thought the Wisp had the mechanism. That's confusing now, isn't it? It's the Darkseer that has it. BKB still being built by the Chaos Knight, and still Shrek so high up on that net worth, but this Lone Druid is starting to get pretty big himself as well. He's got himself a Vladimir's Offering and is doing really nice on the net worth, even though he can't summon his bear yet. Well, now he can. There he goes. Finally his bear again. His bear is of course the hero that has all the items up on it. As the Stillman has begun to try and take this Roshan down. There's 4 heroes here of USB. Soon to be 5 as well. Here comes the Entangle up on Necrolite. Gale going through as well. Is it going to be enough? Leshraxon hitting on 2. It is a Necrolite that's already down. Darkseer drops as well. Wisp goes down to the Leshrac Lightning. And this is going to be the start of Roshan being taken down by the Dire, as we see the Lone Druid looking for some strays. Can't find them though. TA backing off. And the Sand King also of course backing off. And I don't think the TA actually was there to begin with. And it looks like they're not going to go for Roshan, but rather go for Tier 2 Tower. And maybe even a Tier 3 if they're lucky. 20 seconds-ish until the heroes are back off for USB. It might be enough to indeed pick up this tier 1 tower, a tier 3 tower, wow. Especially since they have, of course, 2 heroes that can push very fast. Lone Druid and his bear, and of course Shrek with his edict, even though cooldown on his edict because he used it on tier 2, but this bear should be enough to be taking it down. That's the Chaos Knight picking up the last hit on the tower, with the barracks going down as well. Phantasm being used, there's a lot of push coming out, and they popped the pipe expecting an initiation, and they are not wrong, because here comes the Radiant team, but the 2 barracks already down. Let's see if they can pick up some strays. Blinding Light helping out, Gale actually missing everybody, Vacuum back in, Burrow Strike up on 2. It is the Keeper of Light that already goes down, Chaos Knight in a lot of trouble as well, and there goes the ultimate from the Necrolite, picking him off. TP out from the Venomancer, should be in time. It is indeed in time with, yeah, everybody else getting away safely. And, well, 2 kills on the backside for USB, but still losing their barracks. And this was actually the Reaper Scythe. Wow.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I keep saying that Necrolite ulti, I figured, what's the name actually? Yeah, Reaper Scythe, the name. Never said that out loud before the cast, I think. But then again, this might be, well, the games that I casted with the Necrolite in it could probably be counted on one hand. That's that. Roshan, of course, being attempted here. As you can see, those 2 kills got them that, but looks like they are going to be contested for it. Necrolite still picks up the Aegis, though, but they're in for a fight. Here comes the Leshrac. BKB, Nova, Edict, BKB up on the Chaos Knight as well. A massive horse hitting up on that Wisp. Wisp already down. It is the Darkseer that goes down again. Vacuum in does not work anymore. There goes the TA as well. And the Aegis gets on the Necrolite, who's going to be getting a reality trip back in. Is there going to be a stun? Yes, 2 seconds and Tangle, and that is going to be it. That is again a team wipe in favor of iCCup. As we have got some amazing fights here. This is like team fight after team fight after team fight. They are not going alone. These are not pickoffs, apart from the ones that USB just got on the backside after the pushing on the mid lane. And it is team fight after team fight, like I said, with the last 2 team fight, of course, going the way of iCCup. Before that, they did went to USB, but is it enough? It doesn't look like it. Now almost 20k gold in favor for iCCup, and it is going to be around 18k experience in favor as they're banging on the tier 3 tower and now on the bottom lane racks. And they will be able to get it as well. They could even use the Phantasm for it, but you know what? It's not even needed. Wisp is back up, Darkseer is back up as well as the Sand King, but they won't be able to stop this from happening. And they have now lost their barracks, as we have got only 1 tower down on the side of iCCup, with all towers down on the side, well, sorry, only the tier 2 top standing on the side of USB. Of course, they also lost their tier 3 towers on the bottom and mid lane, though, so that's making that change again. 4 staff up on the Keeper of Light. Mana leak up on the Sand King, who tries to burrow strikes himself out. Actually didn't hit anybody. 4 seconds stun up on this Darkseer, though. Blinding Light there as well. Still some of the Darkseer. Mechanism being used. Is it going to be enough? No, it is not. Shrek picking him off. Wisp going down by the Lone Druid. And now Necrolite getting picked up as well. TA getting picked up. And I would not be surprised if we see a GG now, because this fight did not go as intended for USB, and they indeed called the GG to the new team of PGG. Is iCCup, and they will be advancing to the next round of the 4PL Cup number 14. As after they pick up the tier 4 towers, kill off the throne. My name is Sheever. I am a Ghost of Gamers caster, and in a nice epicenter. If you want to support me, please subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/SheeverGaming. And if you want to support 4PL, which you do, please like them on Facebook, facebook.com/4pl.dota2. And then 2 just written down as a number, so that is also very helpful to do. Just show them some love, show them that you like these kind of tournaments, because we do. We want more of these in the scene. We need more of these in the scene also. Thank you for watching. Next game that I'm going to be casting is probably going to be a DreamHack Winter Online Qualifier game, but we'll find out shortly, as I just, as you might know, I have to open up all the websites again to see the brackets, but I will hopefully see that shortly, so stick around for more Dota 2 action. There's going to be cast for the entire night. Don't go anywhere. And we will be jumping on another game of Dota 2 after this one. Stay tuned.